this issue.
Speaker, we thank Justice Murray Sinclair for reminding parliamentarians of our duty to put the children first and vote to order this government to be in compliance with the Human Rights Tribunal. And until forced to vote, the government refused mediation from the tribunal, ignored 2 compliance orders, and the Liberal caucus were insinuating in the House that the shortfall numbers put forward by Cindy Blackstock to the tribunal were pulled out of thin air or like throwing confetti around. So to the Prime Minister, will he commit to the immediate implementation of the $155 million shortfall in child welfare that was identified this year?
Here.
Honourable Prime Minister.
One of the challenges this House has always faced, this government has always faced, is the fact that dictating the solutions from the government side upon Indigenous peoples hasn't worked. Indeed, that has continued to fail. That's why we are so committed to working with Indigenous peoples, working with provinces and territories, municipalities and partners to ensure that we're building a strong and resilient future for young people right across the country. That's what we're committed to. That's why we made historic investments in $8.4 billion in Budget 2016, and that's why we recognize there is much more to do, and we're going to continue working on that.
Member for Timmins, James.
With all due respect, you know, reconciliation isn't a hashtag. We're talking about a court order, so I'll take that as a no. You know, this motion tomorrow specifically instructs the government to end the court cases against children who've been denied medical treatment. So let's look at his government that's decided to spend 4 times more on lawyers to fight a child denied special orthodontic surgery that would keep her teeth from falling out than the actual cost of the treatment. So to the Prime Minister, will he at least assure this House he'll respect tomorrow's vote, he'll end this court fight against this child, cover the medical costs, and end this systemic denial of medical services to Indigenous children? Yes or no?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, since we took office, this government has demonstrated that no relationship is more important to us than fixing the broken relationship with Indigenous peoples and making real investments in partnership with Indigenous communities to be able to end the systemic neglect and pain that young people across the country and Indigenous communities are going through. This is something we are committed to fixing. It is something we are working very, very hard in partnership with Indigenous Canadians, and we will continue to.